Welcome back, Bookworms. This is Mrs. K. I'm glad you could join me. Life is great for Mochi, a sassy green-cheeked conure, until Mom starts looking different and getting bigger. Then one day, Papa visits while Mom and Dad leave for the day. Mochi then has to learn how to deal with the changes a tiny new family member brings when they come home. Let's enjoy the magic of reading as we read together. Just Us Three, written by Tiffany, Bence and illustrated by Francesca, Pesci, and see how Mochi deals with the new tiny in their lives.
Hello, my name is Mochi. I'm a green-cheeked conure, don't you see? This here is my family. It's just my mom, dad, and me. My parents are not birds. They are humans. I'm their pet. But we're the three amigos. They're the best parents I ever met. One thing that I've noticed lately is that Mom's been getting big. I've never really seen it, but she must eat like a pig. Over the last 9 months, her tummy keeps on growing. It looks like a basketball. People say she's glowing. Well, this morning when I woke up, Mom and Dad weren't even here. Papa said, "Good morning." Why he's here is quite unclear. He told me, "Tomorrow, Mom, Dad, and Baby will be home at last." Baby? What's a baby? And why is it coming here? I asked. The next day I woke up early and waited for Mom and Dad. The three amigos together again. Not seeing them had made me sad. Finally they walked into the house, but they barely could say hi. They had a tiny small thing with them, and all it did was cry, cry, cry. Mom came and said, "Hi, Mochi. Meet the newest member of our family." "I don't think I like it," I said. "Let's go back to just us three." So much attention goes to Tiny. I don't get as much anymore. Now I know I don't like Tiny. I want our life the way it was before. Now we have to be quiet so that Tiny can get some sleep. Mom and Dad will shush me for the tiniest little cheep. Cheep? Shh. I'm really sick of Tiny. He's not part of my family. He ruined everything. I just want Mom, Dad, and me. Well, one day Tiny was crying so loud, so I decided to make noise too. I let out a cheep as loud as I could. I thought that ought to do. Cheep! Much to my surprise, Tiny stopped crying and looked at me. So I decided to cheep again. Tiny's face lit up with glee. Cheep! Then what happened next, I never would have guessed. Tiny laughed and then smiled. His smile really was the best. Since that moment happened, Tiny often looks my way. I cheep and then he smiles. We can play like this all day. Every day is different, but Tiny is cute most of the time. Of course, there are still moments when he cries and cries. Those days I try my best to make him laugh. I don't like to see him frown. Even though he steals my attention, I like having him around. I wasn't too sure about Tiny at first. I liked just Mom and Dad and me. But now I never want to go back. Four amigos we will forever be. We'll see.
Well, bookworms, if you enjoyed Just Us 3, be sure to check it out at your local library or buy a copy for yourself from your favorite bookstore. If you enjoyed my Read Aloud video, please give it a thumbs up and become an official bookworm and subscribe. Until next time, enjoy the magic of reading!